Yo, what up, everybody? It's Coach Works. We're back at it again on this beautiful Sunday evening. So I just wanted to give you guys a update. Today is like a little work day, pretty much. Working on the car a little bit, and mostly working on this big boy, literally. Ignore the oily bumper. I was lubricating all of the latches and stuff, because with these, man, on the CT, these doors they gotta be the most cheapest fiberglassy latches you could think of. But yeah, so that's basically what I was doing. Let me show you guys. See, this side is good, but then it's a lot better than what it was. So I mean, kind of made a mess when I was spraying up there. It all came back down, so I gotta just clean this up a little bit, But anyways, that's not the point, because I cleaned this bus enough, so this isn't really the end of the world. But whatever. Hey, it has a little shine to it. Whatever. So yeah, I was using some PB Blaster. I was doing the latches, so see what I'm saying? This wouldn't open at all. This was frozen. At least now you can get it to open. So this one, the left one was always good. So, but now you close it. There you go. It's good now. I mean, I made a mess, but whatever. That's what happens when you work on it. It doesn't just sit pretty all the time. You gotta work on it. So, yeah. Basically, let me give you guys a rundown. The oil filler pipe where you add oil. I got like a hairline crack in it, and it goes underneath the engine and all other stuff. One day I was driving. I went to go park, and I was wondering why there was a bunch of oil on the ground, and you could tell it started leaking, and then it just slowly but surely got worse. So yeah, that's my little mat. So I always, you gotta put your knees. But yeah, this is the culprit right here. This is the filler tube. This is very common to break. So I've heard, from like Series 60 guys. This is very common to break. So I don't know if you guys can really see, but if you look inside, you can't really tell. But if you look inside, there's like little hairline cracks in there. And even when you look on the outside, you can see it like right there. The oil was like dumping out, man. So, you look at this side, it's flush. You look at this side, it's open. So, to be honest, it kind of, I don't know if they come like this from the factory, but it kind of looks like it was already welded from the get-go. So, yeah. So, I just came from underneath there, and I took this off. It was a little annoying. The front two bolts are easy to get to. The other two bolts are right in front of the fuel filter. So, you got to kind of get a little creative with getting that one out. Or you could take the fuel filter out if you want, but I don't have any spare fuel on me in case I need to reprime it. I know this one has a self primer, but again, I would never put a dry fuel filter in there. But yeah, so I didn't want to, take the chance and mess with that. So I already had some to begin with. Swivel wrenches, ratcheting swivel wrenches, must have. And believe it or not, guys, which is crazy, a lot of stuff, you'd be surprised, some stuff on this bus is metric. Even though it's an American bus, it's metric. I don't know if it's because it's a Series 60 and this is when they started changing into Daimler, and some of the stuff is metric. But yeah, these bolts metric, 13 millimeter. 40s, take these out. And yeah, so it's underneath the engine. It basically, you fill the oil here, it swoops and it goes underneath to the bottom. So I did that today. I got that done. So that's over there. I actually ordered, I didn't know the part number for it, and the tag is a little bit faded, but you can read most of the number. So what I did was I just looked online, because apparently, I just found out it was a 14 liter Detroit. not a 12.7, it's a 14 liter. And, it's pretty much, there's like 2 or 3 filler tubes. Because remember, you gotta factor in, it's also for a truck. A truck doesn't really need to travel as far as like this pipe. They have a shorter version of it. And then they have a version that has the dipstick on this pipe. You don't need that version. You need this one. So I looked it up and I found it. I actually found this one. Just looking at it off of the eye, I'm like, you know what? This looks exactly like the one that's on Big Boy. So it's on back order, apparently, because it's very common to break, like I was saying. So, yeah, we're just waiting on this one. I might not wait. I might just actually just go take this to Detroit and just get the premium no lube rape charge. Because, I need that part. I need this bus. Not that it doesn't run, I just, we don't want no extra oil leaks if you don't have to. I got the purge valve. Not the purge valve, sorry guys. Safety valve. I got the safety valve off of the compressor. Right? And it took, again, like I said, guys, I work full time. It's been freezing cold. Today is 68 degrees. So, this is literally the first day is 68 degrees. So, yeah, man, it was really a blessing. And that was some coffee, I guess. And one day I took a wrench and a socket and I just kept trying different sockets and put it on top of this. And I looked up the compressor and I looked up which, safety valve has a 7/8 and top right here, the head. And there's only 2 of them, right? So I'm like, okay, no problem, right? Again, I don't have a full parts catalog for this. I mean, I do have a parts catalog, but again, it's so large, like, because you got to think about it, guys. There's so many different MCI models and variations. This one's got the 14 liter. There's not a lot of them with the 14. Well, there's not a lot of them for 07 that have the Series 60. A lot of them have like the Cummins Caterpillar. So to look through all that stuff, I was like, I'm just going to wing it, right? So I said, 7/8, right? Now, me thinking that this bus isn't metric. Why would it be metric, right? I got one. Brand new Bendix safety valve sitting right over there, right? And I got it, and what is it? I got a quarter inch or 3/4 thread, right? Why did I take this out? And it was actually the metric one. It's a M16, the metric threads. Metric threads, guys. I couldn't believe it. And I should have known when the guy was like, hey, are you sure it might be metric? It was metric. But, yeah, basically, right in there, right in here, I don't know if you could kind of see it a little bit, is where the safety valve, it goes on top of the compressor. So basically, it goes on top of the compressor. Every air compressor, like especially for a bus, has one. I'm actually just learning about it myself. I was always more familiar with the unloaders and all the other stuff, but they have safety valves because if the pressure ever gets too high, if there's a blockage on a line, instead of destroying and blowing up the compressor or blowing up a line, it goes through the safety valve first. So when I first got this bus, it wasn't doing that. It was, because these have extended purge, no problem. But you got to factor in the bus was sitting for a little while. So, of course, and it was definitely gummed up, that safety valve. It was old. So, of course, with it building, it got stuck. So now, literally when I got it home, that's all you kept hearing was bzzz, bzzz, bzzz. It's the safety valve keeps going off. So it's annoying. And then, 2, when the safety valve goes off like that, it doesn't fully build up air. And then on top of that, the dryer doesn't go off either. So that's an issue. So I got the safety valve. I got to get another one. I got to get the metric one. So guys out there, I did the heavy lifting for you. Yeah, safety valve, M16, metric thread. It is not standard threads. But yeah, I got a new coolant filter. Got a new fuel filter. I'm not putting that on today because, again, I don't have spare fuel. So you need that. You need to put a little bit of fuel in there. It self-primes, but when you're changing the processor, you need to put a little bit of fuel in there. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I'll keep you guys updated.